In the Hebrew year 3691, Joseph marveled at the men who built and repaired, constantly maintaining and repairing the temple. They worked with wood, brass, iron, gold, and stone. Now at the age of 25, he had to decide between being a rabbi of the tribe of Judah in Bethlehem or be apprenticed to a master technologist in Jerusalem, a Simeon son of Nazar. Joseph felt more kinship to the materials of those trades than he did temple rituals. He also dreamed of teaching his own children the arts of the builders/repairers. That dream was what made his decision easier. In the Hebrew year 3700, on the day in late spring, Sivan 23, when Joseph was 34, Pompey, General Gnaeus Pompeius Magnus, of Rome conquered Jerusalem and the surrounding land was renamed the Roman province of Judea. In the Hebrew year 3701, as he became a master craftsman, Joseph, 35, moved in the summer, to Nazareth in the province of Galilee, to be close to the worksite at Sepphoris, the capital of Galilee. As he was dependent on the Roman gold for his wealth, Joseph rarely felt politically rebellious.
In the Hebrew year 3706, he had a friend at the worksite, who had several unwed daughters. The youngest was very kind to Joseph. She brought them water and salted lamb to eat. Not expecting to meet anyone so kind again, Joseph fell in love. They became betrothed, and at the age of 40, he married the 15-year-old Salome. She bore him 3 sons and 2 daughters over the next 10 years. From his days in the temple, Joseph understood the current knowledge about how children were made. Hebrew priests knew that women bore children as Eve had done. God mysteriously created a physical body within the mother. Similar characteristics, hair, sex, height, weight, strength, eye, and skin color would all derive from her tribe. Fathers gave their seed the spark of life, talent, attitude, curiosity, and duty. Sexual immorality might cause God to create a child like Ishmael outside an approved marriage.
In the Hebrew year 3709, Justus son of Joseph, tribe of Judah, of Nazareth was born to Joseph son of Jacob, 43, and Salome wife of Joseph, 18. In the Hebrew year 3711, the second son of Joseph son of Jacob, 45, and Salome wife of Joseph, 20, was born and named Simeon son of Joseph, tribe of Judah, of Nazareth. Justus was 2 years. They traveled to Jerusalem 3 times each year for Passover, a 7-day celebration on the first full moon after the spring equinox, when the barley crop should be ripening. 7 weeks later in late spring they again went to temple for Feast of Weeks. This was for the purpose of celebrating the giving of the 10 Commandments to Moses, and normally coincided with when the wheat would be ready to be harvested. And tabernacles or tents or booths, an 8-day celebration of the 40-year exodus in the wilderness, when the fruit should be harvested in early fall. They were normally away from Nazareth for 31 days each at Passover and Weeks, but then 32 days at Tabernacles. Other feasts they celebrated locally in Nazareth or Sepphoris. 1 parasa equals 2.5 miles. Donkeys to help carry supplies, sheep, goats, and some cattle, all took time to move. The caravans averaged 4 parasa per day or a little more, although a single person might be able to manage 10 parasa, then they would encamp overnight. Along the roads there were no cisterns for water, no latrines, not much natural shelter, nor fuel for fire making, nor many inns. Life was tough in those days for the traveler. Most Hebrews and Samarians still hated and avoided each other at this time. So the mountainous Samarian hills on the west bank of the Jordan was not traveled by Joseph's caravans. Often as one group merged with other groups on the main road, the numbers would increase to thousands strung out along the way walking or camping. Every shelter would be full of people looking for a safer overnight, with others camping along the road or in the fields. In the summertime the midday heat could reach up to 120 F, and in the winter there was often snow along that route. There were often times when murderous bandits were hiding along the roadside. The distance from Nazareth to Jerusalem was 48 parasa, 12 days. The way included mountains, valleys, rivers, desert, and wilderness. From Nazareth southeast to the river Jordan. Across the river below the Sea of Galilee to the east bank, then south from the Decapolis on the east bank to Perea. Then crossing to the west bank of the Jordan to Jericho, and up the Jordan Valley southwest on the Jericho road to Jerusalem. In the Hebrew year 3714, a daughter was born to Joseph son of Jacob, 48, and Salome wife of Joseph, 23. Who was named Asha daughter of Joseph, tribe of Judah, of Nazareth. Simeon was 3 years old and Justus was 5. In the Hebrew year 3714, Gaius Julius Caesar and his army crossed the Rubicon into northern Italy. By crossing the Rubicon, Julius broke Roman law and was guilty of treason. Julius was declared a public enemy by the Roman Senate for refusing to disband his army. Roman soldiers flocked to Julius and Pompey was forced to flee. Julius successfully gained control of all Italy. The next year, Julius achieved complete victory over Pompey in the Battle of Pharsalus, in Greece. Then Julius traveled to Egypt in pursuit of Pompey. When Julius arrived, he learned that Pompey had been killed. Julius then suppressed a rebellion against Cleopatra VII Philopator, the last Greek ruler of Egypt. Julius appointed the Edomite Roman citizen Antipater, governor of Judea. He was a close friend of Anthony, General Marcus Antonius. Antipater's son Herodes Magnus, Herod the Great, was 26, and had been born in Jericho, and was a practicing Hebrew by choice, was also appointed administrator of Galilee. In the Hebrew year 3715, another son Judah son of Joseph, tribe of Judah, of Nazareth was born to Joseph, 49, son of Jacob and Salome, 24, wife of Joseph. Justus was 6, Simeon was 4, Asha was 1 year old. So at this time Joseph realized there were now 4 legitimate forces of government enforcement over his home, this conquered province. The temple's Hebrew guards enforcing temple law. The nearby Roman, Herodes, controlled Greek and Samaritan cohorts at Jerusalem, enforcing Roman law. Herodes's royal Edomite cohorts at his Jerusalem palace, enforcing Herodes's edicts. And the active Roman navy under the control of Admiral Marcus Vespasianus Agrippa near Stratton's Tower naval port by the Mediterranean Sea. In the Hebrew year 3716, Lydia daughter of Joseph, tribe of Judah, of Nazareth was born to Joseph, 50, son of Jacob and Salome, 25, wife of Joseph. Justus was 7, Simeon was 5, Asha was 2, and Judas was 1 year old. The Roman fleet, commanded by Admiral Marcus Vespasianus Agrippa, defeated a fleet commanded by Gnaeus Pompeius the Younger at the Battle of Naulochus, Sicily. Gnaeus Pompeius escaped to Anatolia, Asia Minor. In the Hebrew year 3717, Julius fought the sons of Pompey, Gnaeus, and Sixtus at the Battle of Munda in southern Spain. Sixtus escaped, but Gnaeus was caught and executed by Julius. Julius returned to Rome and was made dictator of the Republic for life.